So we are here on the fourth day of IBC 2012 in the Connected World, Hall 14 in Amsterdam. And I'm delighted that I have with me today one of my heroes in the industry, if I can say, one of the most delightful men I've ever had the chance to work with, Mr. Martyn Suker, who is the head of innovation production at ITV in the UK. Martyn, how's the show been so far for you?
It's been very good. I think it's been busier this year probably than recent years. And I think we're seeing a resurgence really of people getting interested in some of the technology and some of the workflows and that sort of thing that we're seeing around the show.
So there's a lot of change that's happening at ITV at the moment, and you're obviously in the midst of that. Everything from moving Coronation Street to goodness knows what, which is a viewer, we don't really tend to see the complexity that goes behind that. Here in the Connected World, we are looking at it from the viewer, the consumer perspective. What's your thoughts on how the industry is actually considering the audience or the viewer from the technical perspective that's being developed and shown here at shows like this?
Well, I mean, all broadcasters are interested in basically their audience and focusing on what they need, what their demands are, and meeting those demands, those requirements. And these days, of course, it's not just about a linear channel. It's about a lot more, multi-platform delivery and those sorts of things. And being able to do that effectively, being able to deliver quality content to all those platforms. So that's quite significant, really, in terms of all broadcasters' view of where they want their audience to be, what they want their audience to receive, and so on. And of course, we need the technology to be able to support that. So that's really very important. The technology should be a support. It shouldn't be the driver here. And I think that in shows like this, what we tend to forget sometimes is that we're actually should be focusing on the consumer and on the audience. We tend to get wound up in bits and bytes and all those sorts of things, and actually what we ought to be thinking about is the business benefit behind the use of those technologies, because that allows us to deliver quality content effectively and efficiently to the audience, which is what it's all about.
So you have been a producer, a director, you've been on the creative side of broadcasting for many years and developed and delivered some of the most amazing programming that we've seen in the world, and you know that is the fact and the truth of the matter. So you have a perspective, I think, that is quite unique in that you've been a producer and a director, and you still understand then how things are changing quite differently now, as you said, from a multiple platform perspective. If you put your producing, directing hat on, what do you think are the key challenges that broadcasters are facing in terms of producing content of quality that works in a connected environment?
The rate of change, I think, from a technology point of view over the last few years has been phenomenal. I mean, you know, I don't think that rate of change has ever been as fast as it has been in these last few years. From a program maker's point of view, trying to keep up with that at the same time that your budgets are coming down, that your timescales are being reduced, but having to deliver that quality content to more platforms and to be able to do it either for less money or for the same money is a real challenge. And what tends to happen, and you really can't blame program makers for this, is that they tend to go with what they know, because they've got a timescale to meet, they've got a deadline to reach, and so consequently they will go with what they know is going to deliver. So there's always a little bit of shyness on their part to try something new, because they're very exposed, really. And I think that's where a show like this can really help, because you know we can test things out, we can make sure that things work, that workflows are correct and that sort of thing before you place them in a live environment. And particularly when you're delivering to all those multiple platforms as well.
So congratulations on your new appointment within ITV, and I think actually everything that you've just said points to what actually is a key role in terms of production innovation. So how do you see the next 3 to 6 months panning out for you? What's the key things that you'll be doing within ITV in an innovation production perspective?
I think what we'll be looking for is to refine our workflows. I mean, as I said earlier, we've had a fast rate of change from a technology point of view recently. we need a little bit of time now to consolidate some of the workflows and that sort of thing, and understand the business models that sit behind some of those as well. And I think that's what we'll be focusing on. We'll be focusing on making sure that we can deliver file content effectively, that we can take files throughout the process effectively as well, and that we can spread those out to the platforms that we need to deliver to effectively.
Well, I wish you all the very best in your new role. I'm sure it'll be incredibly exciting and also incredibly successful given everything you've done already. And we're looking forward to seeing you tonight at the Connected World Awards at the Akura Hotel. I promise that will be an amazing occasion as it was last year. So, yes, so thank you very much to Martyn Suker, Head of Production Innovation at ITV. And we'll take it forward from here and get you some highlights from the awards show later on this evening. Thank you.